Here they go. Touchdown.
It's time for Mount Union Purple Raider football on AM 1310 WDPN. It's time for Mount Union football on your radio and live on AM 1310 WDPN's Facebook and X pages, as well as streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. The 13-time Division III national champions are locked in and ready for battle. So let's head to the stadium and join our play-by-play team of Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere for all the action. This is Mount Union football, and it starts right now on AM 1310 WDPN.
Well, there's a whole lot wrong there. Good evening. This is Mount Union Purple Raider basketball on AM 1310 WDPN. I am Ryan Keller. Alongside me tonight, my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, and we're getting ready for Purple Raider basketball. Mike, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, my goodness. First Mount Union basketball game ever, and to be teamed with my number one partner, I'm so excited.
All right. We've called a lot of football games together, Mike and I. This is the first time getting to do basketball. Sam Berkwin was unavailable. He has got another game tonight. So usually I do color commentary for Mount. I'm switching over to the other side, and we're going to give this play-by-play a run tonight as the Purple Raiders host the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Baldwin Wallace, not a great start to the season for them so far, as they currently sit at 1-7 on the season. Slow start for them. They've got two OAC losses, one of them coming at the hands of Marietta and the other coming to Muskingum. The Purple Raiders, they are 9-0 on this season. They started outside of the top 25 in the Division III rankings and have made their way all the way up to the number 9 spot in Division III. They also are coming off of a win against Muskingum, who had beat Baldwin Wallace. 85-82 Purple Raiders a victory this past Saturday. But still, the OAC can't take any team lightly, and these two teams have a lot of history together. Mount Union in the overall series, 40 wins and 36 losses. They are currently riding the longest winning streak against Baldwin Wallace. That's 11 games dating back to 2020. January 8th of 2020 was the last time the Purple Raiders lost to Baldwin Wallace. 10-0 in the last couple matchups. Last time they met last season, it was an 83-69 victory over the Yellow Jackets. Some news for the Purple Raiders tonight. Elijah Farrington will not be in for Mount Union. The 6'7", 225-pound junior is dealing with a little bit of an injury tonight. So he is not going to be starting or dressing at all for the Purple Raiders tonight. Kasenheiser, Kevin Moore, Kevin Hamilton, Dante Collier, and Caleb Larich, the starting five for your Purple Raiders. Mike, coming into the season, Mount Union ranked outside of the top 25. They brought almost everybody back from last year, a couple losses here and there. But that has to be kind of sitting in the back of their head, getting the snub from D3 coming into this season, where not even ranked at all, and they're off to a tear.
That's bulletin board material for them, and they're proving it. I mean, 9-0, they're now up to the number 9 spot. That just shows you how good this Mount Union Purple Raider basketball team is. They are deep, they are good, and I think they're going to continue to show us.
Yeah, on the season, averaging 80.9 points per game. Their opponents averaging 65.4. I think that's been a huge point of emphasis for the Purple Raiders coming in this season, has been their defense. A lockdown, tight defense that they have played, and that has turned into points in transition for the Purple Raiders. Their free throws have been a lot better this year as well, shooting 78.1% from the free throw line, and that is up. They were probably hovering around 55-60% last year, and left a lot of points on the floor, so that's big for them. Coming in, they're out-rebounding teams. They've got more assists than all the teams that they've played. Their turnover numbers are down. Let's see, points off of turnovers. They're averaging 14.7 points off of turnovers a game. And like I said, defense leads to offense. They've got 7.8 steals per game this year. and they're also averaging 5.6 blocks per game. A big thing for that is Sean Vaden coming off of the bench. The 6'11", 210-pound junior has really found a presence. What's up, Coach? Has found a presence on this team this year and is great coming off the bench, and they're going to need him to step up tonight, especially with Elijah Farrington, who will be on the bench, not playing here tonight. Baldwin Wallace, they've got a younger team as well. They've got 2 freshmen on their starting lineup. Josh Byers is starting for them. Titus Bakersville, A.J. Pestello, Isaac Richardson, and Brock Beach. Brock Beach and Josh Byers, both freshmen. Byers from Strongsville and Beach from Medina. So a younger team might be leading to why they've got some lows this season. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 seniors on this Baldwin Wallace team. Same thing with Mount Union. I think they only have two or three seniors as well. So 2 young teams going off, but Mount Union has depth, and that's something that goes a long way throughout the season in the OAC and in the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're as a complete team as Mount Union seems to be right now, I mean, they're riding high, and until somebody knocks them down, they're just going to continue to build, continue to get better, and continue to look as good as they do.
All right, we're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, we're about a minute away from tip-off here at the Mack Center between the Purple Raiders and the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. It's Mount Union Purple Raider basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
Keeping Alliance entertained and informed for over a half a century. AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
And welcome back to the Mack Center. We're getting ready for tip-off between the Purple Raiders and the Yellow Jackets from Baldwin Wallace. We're about ready to do the national anthem, so we're going to send it over to the crowd mic here in a moment. But, man, they've really redone the gym here. The new logos, the paint, fresh paints on the wall, the new OAC logos. I mean, it looks crisp and clean in this gymnasium. The new championship banners that are hanging up there as well. And they've done a really, really nice job with the look and feel of this gymnasium. I have to imagine we'll see a new floor here maybe in the next couple years. But here is tonight's national anthem. All right, starting lineups for Baldwin Wallace. As we mentioned, they are starting things off with the 6'3" freshman from Strongsville, Josh Byers, the 5'10" junior from Stowe, Titus Bakersville, the 6'6" junior from Stowe, Cuyahoga Falls, A.J. Pestello, the 6'5" freshman from Avon Lake, Isaac Richardson, and the 6'4" freshman from Medina, Brock Beach. Now we're going to send it over to DJ Relly Rel for the starting lineup for the Purple Raiders.
And our sophomore Uniontown, number 0, and for senior Youngstown, number 2, Kevin Moore. And our senior athlete, number 15, Kevin Hamilton. And our senior Columbus, number 21, Dante Allen. And for senior athlete, number 24,
So the starting five for the Purple Raiders, the 6'1 sophomore from Lake, Chance Kasenheiser. The 6'5 senior from Campbell Memorial, Kevin Moore. 5'7 junior from Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's, Kevin Hamilton. The 6'4 senior from Licking Heights, Dante Collier. And the 6'7 senior from Copley, Caleb Larich. Mount Union will be wearing their white tops and bottoms with the purple numbers and purple trim. And Baldwin Wallace wearing the gold tops and bottoms with the white and black stripe down the side and the white lettering on the jersey. Mount Union will be moving from right to left. Baldwin Wallace from left to right as the players make their way out onto the court. And tip-off is just about to get underway from the MAC Center, the campus of Mount Union.
Nice crowd on hand tonight, Ryan, to watch the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Students getting ready to enjoy their holiday break.
Yeah, I think they actually are out on break already, so not as packed as the last time we were here. Caleb Larich getting set for the tip-off along with AJ Pestello. And tip is up and won by Baldwin Wallace. They're going to bring it across the court. That's Bakersville. He swings over to the right-hand side, drops it off onto the right wing to Pestello. He swings to the left, gets to the left side of the paint. Reverses, battling Lorich underneath, little up and under, and Pestello puts it in for two. Baldwin Wallace on the board first. Hamilton brings it up for the Purple Raiders. Swing over to the left side to Collier. Collier to Lorich on the top. Hands off to Kasenheiser. Little hesitation dribble on the right wing. Gets it to Larich on the right low block. Turns, pivots, up and in. Caleb Larich on the board first for the Purple Raiders. With Farrington out tonight, it's going to be important for Larich to be active in tonight's ball game. He's always active. If you've ever seen or listened to the Purple Raiders play, you know what Caleb Larich brings to the table. Baldwin Wallace setting up the offense at the top. That's Pestello. He hands it off over on the left wing. Swings back to Pestello. Thought about a three, resets. Thought about it again, picks up his dribble and drops it off to Bakersville. Bakersville fall away three. No good off the rim. Rebounded by Pestello. He goes into the basket and is going to get blocked by Collier. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Purple Raiders.
Great job there, Collier, keeping his attention on the ball, able to swat it out of bounds.
Bakersville inbounding from underneath the basket. He receives the pass now on the right wing. A little hesitation, picks up his dribble, swings it back up on the top. Thinking about a three. He wants to take that shot. Instead, hands it off to Bakersville. He drives down, crazy underhand, reverse layup. Ball no good, picked up by the Purple Raiders. That is Hamilton. Cross-court pass to Kasenheiser. Three off the front of the rim, bounce, no good. Rebounded by Pestello and Baldwin Wallace coming the other way. Just underway, score tied at 2. Baldwin Wallace and the Purple Raiders, 18-15 left in the first half. Pestello with it on the left side, gets to the middle of the key, guarded by Larich. Little hesitation, great defense by Larich, but Pestello is able to go up and under and in for 2. Baldwin Wallace 4, Mount Union 2.
I think that's going to be a great matchup to watch, Ryan. Those two love to go at it.
Until Vaden gets in, 6'7" Vaden. So Mount Union with the ball, three-pointer on the left side. Kevin Moore hits the three, and the Purple Raiders take their first lead of the ball game, up 5-4, 7:40 left in the half. Baldwin Wallace in their offensive zone. That's Richardson with it at the top of the key. He's pressured. Now he swings it back up on top to Bakersville. Pestello with it at the point. Swings it over under the right side to Byers. Byers penetration, little spin move on the right low block, no good. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. That was Beach, and then he gets blocked from behind, out of bounds off the Purple Raiders. It's Baldwin Wallace basketball.
That's call your second block. He's paying attention, doing what he needs to do.
Bakersville set to inbound underneath the right side of his basket. Little fade pass into Pestello. He swings it over on the right wing to Byers. Byers resets at the point. Pestello, three from the left wing, hard off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Moore. Kasenheiser pushing it up. He's got a 3-on-1, swings it over to Hamilton. Hamilton, little floater down the baseline, no good off the backside of the rim. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. They quickly go the other way. Three from the right corner. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Collier with the rebound. Hands off to Kasenheiser. He's up the court to Hamilton. Back to Chance. Chance with the chance and nails it from deep right at the point. Three-pointer by Kasenheiser, and the Purple Raiders up 8-4, 16:35 left in the first half.
They're going to have to watch, or Kasenheiser's going to be shooting those all night long.
Baldwin Wallace drives and another block. Collier getting his third block in the first 4 minutes of the ball game.
He has been extremely active, Ryan. He is all over it right now. 3 blocks. You'll love to see it.
Inbound to Baldwin Wallace. Drive to the basket on the left side. Kiss high off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Collier. Pushing it up the left side. Works off a pick from Larich. Collier thought about a 3. Now he drives down the left side. Up off the glass and in for 2. 10-4. Purple Raiders on a, I think it's a 10-0 run, or at least an 8-0 run. And they currently lead 10-4. Three-pointer on the way from Baldwin Wallace. That's Bakersville, and he hits the 3. Cutting into the Purple Raider lead, 10-7 Mount Union over Baldwin Wallace. Kasenheiser goes coast to coast and puts it in. Fast-paced game so far. 15:40 left in the first half. Mount Union 12, Baldwin Wallace 7.
Better not blink or you're going to miss some action.
Drive down the baseline for Baldwin Wallace. Throws it to the middle of the paint. And that's going to be knocked away. Mount going the other way. Kasenheiser on the left wing. Little hesitation. He'll pull it out and reset the offense. Kasenheiser to Lorich on the top. Finds Moore on the right wing. Back up on top to Hamilton. Hamilton drives, gets to the middle of the paint, throws up a jump shot from the left elbow, and that goes in for 2. Mount Union 14, Baldwin Wallace 7.
Love the defensive pressure here by Mount Union.
With the basketball on the left side. Got some substitutions getting ready to come in for the Purple Raiders. We talked about their depth as Hamilton fighting for the rebound, and he's going to be limping away after the basket made by Baldwin Wallace. And it should have been a foul underneath the basket, but no call as Moore is on the baseline underneath the hoop and tending to an ankle, it looks like. So while they check to him, we're going to step away and take a break. Mount Union 14, Baldwin Wallace 9. It's Mount Union basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
Hey, man, good to see you. What brings you out here today? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new kitchen cabinets, countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson's Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard plumbing registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park, or visit them online at robertsonkitchenandbath.com, where amazing meets affordable.
Sarda Me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SardaMe.com.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by Sarda on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to the Mac Center. Purple Raiders lead 14-9, 14:20 left in the first half. Jared Taylor now in for Mount Union, along with Sean Vaden, and who else went in? I believe it was Jack Dunbar from McMurray, Pennsylvania, the sophomore in the ballgame. He gets the rebound. Jared Taylor has it. Now he drops it back off to Dunbar. A little 18-footer up and in for the Purple Raiders. Dunbar coming in off the bench and immediately making his presence felt. 16-9, Mount Union on top. Got some substitutions for Baldwin Wallace as well. Miles Reynolds in the ball game, along with Andrew Griffith and Braylon McClarty for Baldwin Wallace. They get the ball down right into the middle of the paint. Little drop pass underneath, and we're going to get a foul called. And the basket is good. Miles Reynolds, the senior from St. Ed's, with the bucket. He'll go to the line to shoot one.
Yeah, they're going to call the foul on 13. That's Jared Taylor.
So Taylor with his first foul. And the free throw is up and in from Reynolds. 16-12, Mount Union on top of Baldwin Wallace. Kasenheiser with the basketball, brings it up the right side. Thought about a shot from the wing, gets it to Vaden underneath. Vaden gets a lot of contact, no foul called, and rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. Going the other way, into the corner. Now they swing it back up on top. That's McClarty. He's on the right side, guarded by Taylor. And then has to kick it out. Three-pointer on the way from Baldwin Wallace. In and out and in. That was Dayon Solomon who hits the three. And it is a one-point ball game. Mount Union 16, Baldwin Wallace 15. Game of runs. Kasenheiser with it. Drives, kicks it across court into the corner. Three ball up and in from Dunbar. 5 quick points for Dunbar. And Mount Union up 19-15, 12:30 left in the first half. With it now on the right side is Reynolds. He's going to drive, little Euro step to the middle of the paint. He puts it up and in for two. 19-17, Mount Union on top. Kasenheiser with it for Mount Union. Splits two defenders, gets to the key. Three-pointer from the right corner. And Collier nails the three. Mount Union 22, Baldwin Wallace 17. And you can see the defense for Mount Union getting a little coaching, telling it to dig in here. Three-pointer on the right wing from Baldwin Wallace, and he hits it. Boy, both teams are coming out firing in this first half. 22-20, Purple Raiders on top. 11:44 left in the half.
Mount shooting 69%. Baldwin Wallace 39%. You wouldn't tell.
Kasenheiser with it on the right side. Drives baseline. Little floater off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by McClarty for Baldwin Wallace. He has it at the top. Gets to the foul line on the left side. Step back jumper. And that is in and good. And just like that, we are tied up at 22 with 11:15 left in the half.
Well, you said it, Ryan. It's a game of runs right now.
Dunbar with it on the right-hand side. He's going to have that one knocked away and out of bounds. Kasenheiser's going to have a seat. We're going to have a media timeout as Hamilton gets set to come back into the game for the Purple Raiders. And we're going to step away and take a break. 11:07 left in the half. We're all tied up at 22. It's Purple Raider basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
Sarda Me to shop, work.
Discover something new at Union House and Alliance. Step into our boutique and get screen printing done on the spot, from unisex tees to sweatshirts. Browse our women's boutique clothing and don't miss our hand-poured soy candles and family and pet-safe home cleaners, all made in-house. Visit us at 1686 South Union Avenue, right across from Mount Union Ponds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 5 and Saturday 10 to 3. Stop in and see what's new at Union House.
High school basketball is on AM 1310 WDPN all season long. Brought to you by Sarda. I'm Christian Bigglesworth, calling boys and girls action from around the Eastern Buckeye Conference, the Alliance Aviators, the Marlington Dukes, and the West Branch Warriors. And this year, listen live and free on the AM 1310 WDPN Facebook and X pages and the Q92 YouTube channel. High school basketball, powered by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to the University of Mount Union, all tied up at 22 between the Purple Raiders and Baldwin Wallace. Mount Union with the ball. Hamilton at the top. He's directing traffic. Gets it into Jarrett Taylor. Taylor turns, faces, little lob pass underneath to Hamilton. Hamilton swings it up top to Dunbar. He drives, gets to the middle of the paint. Little floater up and in. Dunbar having himself a pretty good game coming off the bench right now. And that gives him 7 points already. And he's only been in the game for maybe 4 minutes. With the ball for Baldwin Wallace. Step back three, and that's going to be blocked by Vaden. Dunbar takes it. He's going to drive. Little Euro step. Kicks over into the corner. Three ball up and in. That is Cam Weekly, the freshman from Massillon Jackson, who comes in and hits his first bucket of the game. 27-22 Purple Raiders.
Everybody's chipping in right now for the Purple Raiders. You love it.
Driving for Baldwin Wallace, getting to the low block. Trying to throw it to the edge. That's going to be knocked away by Dunbar. Picked up by Mount Union. Weekly, another three, same spot. He hits it again. Cam Weekly, back-to-back three-pointers from the left corner. And Baldwin Wallace takes their first time out of the ball game.
Well, Mount Union coming out 6 of 7 from deep. 85.7%, Ryan. When you're shooting it that well from deep, it's going to be a good night.
We're going to keep it right here with the timeout from Baldwin Wallace. But, I mean, that's what has made this team so dangerous at the early part of this season is that they are so balanced as well. They can't shoot from the threes. They work the low block. They take the mid-range jumpers. They take whatever shot is open to them. And they've done a great job so far in this young season of getting everybody involved, the depth, the players that are coming off of the bench. And this is without Elijah Farrington, who I believe is close to their leading scorer. Let's see. I actually had team stats pulled up somewhere. Individual. There we go. We'll get to it.
We'll find it.
We'll get to it.
What we do.
So 10 minutes left in the first half. Mount Union 30, Baldwin Wallace 22. B-Dub with the ball. Little lob pass down under the baseline. Nothing there. They kick it back up on top. Swing it over to the left side. Three ball from Griffith. That's going to come up no good. Jared Taylor with the rebound. He gets it to Hamilton. Hamilton, few line, telling him to push. Hamilton with the basketball at the top. And that's going to be knocked out of his hands. Lob pass. Jelly Taylor running in defense. Not going to be able to get there. And that bucket is up and in from Bakersfield. And it's 30-24, Purple Raiders on top. Hamilton with the basketball for Mount. He's on the right side, working off a screen from Vaden. And we're going to have a foul, I believe. It's the first foul called on Baldwin Wallace here tonight. And that's going to go on Andrew Griffith, the junior from Hoban. Says he lives in Green, went to Hoban.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Didn't want to go public, went private.
I see that.
That happens sometimes.
Taylor set to inbound into the backcourt for Mount Union. That's Hamilton going back and getting it. He brings it up the left side. Working off a screen from Vaden over to Taylor on the right wing. Taylor drops it off to Weekly. Weekly gets to the right elbow and kicks it back out. Cross corner pass. Dunbar, three-pointer from the corner, and it's in. Dunbar, give him 10. He's leading all scorers coming off of the bench and only being in the game for maybe 6 minutes.
Yeah, he's shooting the lights out right now. He's having himself a game.
McClarty with it for Baldwin Wallace. He gets it down on the right low block, trying to battle in, and we're going to get a travel called on A.J. Pestello. I told you once Vaden gets in there, you know, that just a couple inches height difference between the large and Vaden. Large 6'7", Vaden 6'11", but it makes your mind, there you go, makes your mind think a little bit differently when you've got that height.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It forced the travel. Hamilton bringing it up court for Mount Union. He's on the right wing of the three-point line, gets it to Taylor. Taylor, great pass underneath the Vaden. Vaden's going to get fouled, but it will be on the floor. That's second foul on Baldwin Wallace.
Checking back in for B-Dub, Isaac Richardson, the junior forward from Avon Lake. Back into the game.
So Hamilton set to inbound from the baseline and has to throw it up to Weekly. Weekly gets it at the logo at center court. Gets it back to Hamilton as he redirects the offense. Three-pointer on the way from Hamilton. Just kind of wasn't expecting him to shoot that, and he did. He misses it off the back iron, rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. Bakersville with it for B-Dub. He's on the right side, gets to the baseline, cuts all the way across, throws it into the left corner, driving, and has that one knocked away by Dunbar. Dunbar goes the other way with it. Step back, three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. Cross-court pass over into the right corner to Richardson. Richardson drives, goes up, and he's going to get fouled by, I believe, Jarrett Taylor. That's going to be his second foul. And Baldwin Wallace will go to the line to shoot two, but there's a media timeout, and we're going to take it as well. 7:47 left in the first half. Purple Raiders 33, Baldwin Wallace 24. It's Mount Union Purple Raider basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
You're listening to Mount Union basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
And welcome back to the Mack Center at the University of Mount Union. Purple Raiders lead 33-24, 7:47 left in the first half. What do you think so far of the game, Mike?
It has been a game of shooting for Mount Union. Seems to have the touch. Obviously, Dunbar off the bench has been huge. Only one miss, but he has been a spark plug for them offensively. Defensively, Mount Union looks pretty good. Looks to lock it in, though, and continue to extend this lead.
Mount Union has been a dominant second-half team this season as well, so if they're able to go in and go into halftime with a lead, they usually come out very aggressive defensively. First free throw is missed by Isaac Richardson. And second one off the back of the iron, no good. Caleb Lorich back in the game for the Purple Raiders. We've got Collier, Lorich, Hamilton, Kasenheiser, and Kevin Moore. Hamilton driving to the basket. He's going to get fouled, and the continuation goes, and he makes the basket, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
Hoop and the harm, that's what Richardson does best. Or Hamilton, excuse me. That's what he does best. He's able to get inside. This time he got hit.
And it's crazy with him getting in there and still being able to maneuver and find room at 5'7". He plays a lot taller than 5'7". Makes the and one. It's 36-24. Mount Union over Baldwin Wallace. With it for Yellow Jackets, Pastillo on the right wing has nowhere to go. Here comes that lockdown defense. You see Hamilton gets real aggressive at this point. Pastillo with it down underneath. He's going to put it up off the glass and in. 36-26 Mount Union. They hurry up. Kasenheiser with it on the right wing. Mount Union moving from right to left. Trying to back down, and then a fadeaway jumper. No good. Lorich comes in with the rebound, fighting for the ball on the floor, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Purple Raiders. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Subbing in Josh Byers, the freshman from Strongsville, for Baldwin Wallace, as Miles Reynolds takes the seat.
Also back in for Mount Union, Kevin Moore. Ankle seems to be just fine.
And the officials were discussing something. Not quite sure what they were They're adjusting the shot clock. There we go. So now 19 seconds on the shot clock for the Purple Raiders. Hamilton inbounding from underneath his basket. Finds Moore on the left wing. Gets it to Lorich as they rotate around to Collier at the top. Collier thought about a three. Swings it to Kasenheiser in the right wing. Chance to Lorich. Lorich cross-court pass to Collier wide open, and he's going to miss the three. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. That's Brock Beach as B-Dub goes the other way. Looking for the cutter, and they throw that one away. Picked off by Collier. Collier going coast to coast. He's going to have that shot blocked, but a great follow by Kevin Moore, and he puts it up and in for two. Purple Raiders on top 38-26, 6:27 left in the first half.
Looks as if Andrew Postello got poked in the eyeball, making sure that he can see a little bit.
Yeah, the official just checked on him. He says he's good to go. Now we got pressure in the backcourt from Hamilton and Kasenheiser. Bringing it up for Baldwin Wallace was Bakersville. He drops it off to Postello. He's at the point. Over on the left side to Bakersville. Bakersville looks to drive, gets to the baseline, looks for the cutter, had him, but he bobbled the basketball, picks it back up, kicks it out. Now a drive to the basket. Postello too hard off the glass, rebounded by Lorich. Hamilton going the other way for the Purple Raiders. Spin move at the right elbow, and it's going to force him to travel. And a turnover goes back to Baldwin Wallace with 5:56 left in the half.
You gotta love it. Both ends of the floor, Mount's giving it all that they got. Had to adjust my mic there, apparently.
Bakersville with the basketball. Another turnover from Baldwin Wallace. This time Kevin Moore going coast to coast. And he's going to miss the bunny. Misses the easy layup. Kasenheiser steals it from underneath and puts it up and in. Relentless defense from the Purple Raiders. They now lead 40-26. Baldwin Wallace with the basketball. Postello at the foul line. He's guarded by Lorich. Tries to go up and under, and that's going to bounce and roll around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Moore. He kicks it out to Kasenheiser up the right side. Gets to the foul line. Pull-up jumper. Chance drills it. 42-26. Fuel line wanting the pressure on the defensive end. Having Hamilton guard the ball all the way in the backcourt. Postello with it, looking for the cutter. Throws it underneath to Beach. Beach swings it over into the right corner. That's going to go out of bounds. Another turnover from Baldwin Wallace. It's Mount Union basketball with 4:54 left in the half.
Ryan, this Baldwin Wallace team just right now they're in shambles a bit. They don't seem to have any cohesiveness, kind of just trying whatever they can and rushing, making big mental mistakes.
They're on a 2-minute, 21-second scoring drought. They've had 5 turnovers in the last 4:34, 3 turnovers in the last 2:21. Kevin Moore, three-pointer, and he nails it from the corner. Mount Union on a 9-0 run, 15-2 run over the last 4:19. Baldwin Wallace on the right wing. That's Bakersville. He's going to drive to the middle of the paint, kick it out underneath. Little drop pass again, another turnover stolen by Moore. Sloppy for Baldwin Wallace in the last 5 minutes of this game. And Mount Union has taken advantage of it. Kasenheiser on the left wing, working off a screen from Lorich. Three-pointer up, and a chance. Kasenheiser with another three. It's 48-26, Purple Raiders. Kasenheiser with 12. 3:50 left in the half. Baldwin Wallace looks for the three, decides not to take it. Pass over to the left wing, a step back three-pointer. That's going to be no good. That was Dayan Solomon with the missed three. Hamilton going down the other way. Gets to the middle of the paint, throws it up, and it's going to be no good, but he draws the foul. Hamilton will go to line to shoot two.
I mean, this pressure by Mount Union has been relentless. Offensively, they are knocking down shots. They are doing everything that they are supposed to be doing.
6 turnovers in the last 5 minutes and 54 seconds for Baldwin Wallace. They haven't made a basket in the last 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Mount Union on an 18-2 run over the last 5 minutes and 23 seconds of this ball game. A 12-0 run in the last 2:53.
And you can see the difference in play right now. If you look at the faces on the Baldwin Wallace players, they're kind of frustrated. Things aren't going their way. You look across the court, look at Mount Union. They're smiling, they're high-fiving, they're happy. They are excited, and it shows. They're doing everything right now. Coach Fuelline's got to be happy with the effort the Purple Raiders are putting in right now.
And they're doing it with a mix of starters and bench. And, you know, it's going to get to the point where they're going to be able to rotate 5 and 5 as the season progresses. Right now, the 5 on the court for the Purple Raiders. Cam Weekly, the freshman from Jackson. You've got Kevin Hamilton, the junior from St. Vincent St. Mary's. Chance Kasenheiser, the sophomore from Lake. Jared Taylor, the sophomore from Greene. And Jack Dunbar, the sophomore from Peters Township in Murray, Pennsylvania. I like it. Hamilton's going to the line to shoot 2. 3:34 left in the half. And he makes the first.
Ryan, when you look at it, Mount Union shooting 69% from three-point land to 63% overall from the floor. Those are fantastic numbers.
And Hamilton hits them both. And Weekly's going to sub in for Hamilton and give the young man a little break. He deserves it. 50-26, Purple Raiders on top, 3:30 left in the half. Bakersville for Baldwin Wallace brings it up, swings it over on the right side to Griffith. Griffith looks to hand it off to Reynolds. Reynolds now into the right corner, three-pointer up, and that is no good from Josh Byers. Rebounded by Cam Weekly. Weekly working off a screen from Vaden, and he's going to take a body and get fouled by Andrew Griffith. That's the 5th foul on Baldwin Wallace. And Jared Taylor will get set to inbound from the sideline. Taylor gets it into Weekly. Here comes the screen from Vaden. Weekly working to his left. Drop pass underneath to Vaden. Vaden, an easy dunk for the big man, 6'11". Puts the Purple Raiders up 52-26. Bakersville has it for Baldwin Wallace. He's at the point. Vaden guarding him. He's trying to get to the basket. A little up and under. No good. Tries to kick it back out. Three-pointer on the way now from the right wing. That's no good. Vaden with the rebound. That was Bakersville with the missed 3. Jared Taylor drops it off to Chance Kasenheiser on the right side. Kasenheiser pulls it back and resets the offense. Drives to the basket, looking for the cutter. Dunbar up and under. Great movement without the ball from Dunbar, and another timeout for Baldwin Wallace. We're going to have 2 timeouts remaining, and we're going to take a timeout as well. 2:16 left in the first half. Purple Raiders 54, Baldwin Wallace 26. Mount Union basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
Get ready to level up at Paradise Sports Performance, our massive new 10,000 square foot indoor-outdoor facility that's right next to the Akron-Canton Airport. It is built for athletes who want more. Crush your goals with speed, vertical jump training, strength and agility, powerlifting, bodybuilding, HIIT, and elite baseball, softball, and football skills. Recover with PT, yoga, massage, red light sauna, and cold plunges too. Your first session is free. Plus, long-term signups get a free month. Visit 8046 Frank Avenue Northwest or call 304-224-9103. We are the standard for sports performance in Ohio.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
And welcome back to the Mack Center. Purple Raiders lead 54-26, 2:12 left in the first half. Byers with it for Baldwin Wallace. He drives, penetration, kick it out into the left side. That three-pointer is way off from Brock Beach, rebounded by Mount Union. Dunbar, three-pointer down on the other side, just a little bit too much. And that will be no good. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. Bakersville with it, has it on the right, low block, little dump pass underneath to Brock Beach. Beach puts it in for 2, and that's the first points that Baldwin Wallace has scored in quite some time.
It's nice to see that the cover on the basket has been removed.
So Mount Union with the basketball, Dunbar on top. Works off a screen from Vaden. Little dump pass to him. He's on the right elbow. Vaden looking to back his defender down, goes up, draws the foul, but he will miss the basket. And Sean Vaden, the 6'11 junior from Cornerstone Christian, will go to the line to shoot 2. And that is the 6th foul on Baldwin Wallace. And the free throw is good.
It's Vaden's 3rd point of the night.
Vaden with his 2nd attempt, and that one is knocked down. He hits them both. 56-28 Purple Raiders, 1:19 left. Coming up at halftime, we're going to send it back to the station, get the news from Jeff Mears. We'll get you some halftime stats and get you ready for the second half. With the basketball for Baldwin Wallace, Isaac Richardson. He's going to drive to the basket. He's going to get blocked by Vaden, and that will go out of bounds. It'll be Baldwin Wallace basketball.
Now, let's see, whether it's Vaden, whether it's Collier, both of them are shot blocking machines right now for this Purple Raider team.
Yeah, you can tell the frustration from Baldwin Wallace. Isaac Richardson giving a little push to Vaden as the inbound pass goes in to Brock Beach. Beach puts it in and gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 1, excuse me.
And the foul's going to be on Jared Taylor, his 3rd, and he is going to come out.
Into the ball game for the Purple Raiders, Landon Lear, the freshman from West Geauga, 6'2", 190 pounds, will come in for Taylor. Vaden with the rebound on the missed free throw. And Weekley is going to bring the ball up the court for the Purple Raiders. Under a minute left in the first half. Cam Weekley moving to his left. 3-pointer from the left wing. What a hesitation dribble. And deep 3 from Cam Weekley. Give him 9. Purple Raiders up 59-30. Baldwin Wallace, that's Bakersville with the basketball on the left wing. He looks to go underneath. Nothing there. They kick it back out to Bakersville. Bakersville on the left wing. He's going to take a deep 3. That is going to rim in and out. No good. Rebounded from Baldwin Wallace. Going up is Josh Byers. He's going to get fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That is on Vaden.
That'll be Vaden's 1st foul of the game.
That's the only other foul other than Jared Taylor's 3.
Yeah, they have been relentless on defense, which by not fouling, that means they're doing it correctly.
But they're so deep as well that they can afford, to have a guy get maybe a little foul trouble here or there. First free throw from Byers off the front and drops in. 59-31 for Baldwin Wallace. 23 seconds left in the half. Byers with his 2nd attempt, and that one will be in and good. So 59-32. And Baldwin Wallace bringing in full court pressure. Dunbar gets it into Weekley. Weekley gets it across half court. Mount Union will hold for the last shot. We got 12 seconds left on the clock. Weekley off a screen from Vaden. A little contact there. He's got to pick up his dribble. Needs to find someone. Gets it to Vaden. Vaden back to Weekley. Weekley thought about a 3. Pump fake. Takes the 3 off the side of the rim. And no good. So your halftime score is going to be Mount Union 59, Baldwin Wallace 32. The first half of this half, if that makes any sense. The first part of this half was kind of back and forth, and the Purple Raiders found a way to, with suffocating defense, pull away. They hit 7 of their last 9 shots and go into halftime 59-32. We're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, actually, we're just going to send it right back to the station, get the news from Jeff Mears, and we'll bring it back here and get you ready for second half action. Halftime score, Mount Union 59, Baldwin Wallace 32. It's Purple Raider basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
Hey man, good to see you. What brings you out here today? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new kitchen cabinets, countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson's Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard plumbing registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park, or visit them online at robertsonkitchenandbath.com, where amazing meets affordable.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of AM 1310 WDPN News. Alliance City Council has approved legislation for a cybersecurity plan. The measure passed Monday allows the city to comply with state law requiring risk assessments, threat detection, employee training, and reporting of incidents. The IT administrator, a police captain, and a municipal court official are designated as notification agents. Council also passed an ordinance amending fees for EMS transports and other fire department services, allowing collection of fees retroactively for up to 1 year through a third-party contractor. Alliance City leadership is changing. Blaine Lewis will become the new Safety Service Director overseeing police, fire, and public works. The former Mount Union Director of Physical Plant succeeds Mike Drager, who will move to Director of Utilities, managing water treatment, wastewater distribution, and billing. Drager has served as Safety Service Director since 2014. The changes, taking effect March 1st at or below current costs, were prompted by the upcoming retirement of Water and Sewer Distribution Superintendent Doug Hastings. Mayor Andy Grove says the restructuring creates a citizen-serving leadership team and supports existing city goals. Governor Mike DeWine and Chancellor Mike Duffy have released the results of Ohio's first audit of teacher education programs for alignment with the science of reading. Of 48 institutions evaluated, 33 were found to be in alignment, including Mount Union, Malone, Walsh, Kent, and Youngstown State. 5 received partial alignment, and 10 were rated not in alignment. The latter include Ohio State, Cleveland State, Ohio University, and the University of Toledo. The audit looked at 73 metrics and banned teaching practices, such as 3Qing. Institutions have 1 year to fully align with state law, or their reading educator programs could lose approval. DeWine and Duffy say they are encouraged by progress and will revisit all schools in 2026 to verify compliance. Unemployment is down slightly in Stark County. Ohio Job and Family Services reports the September jobless rate was 4.3%. It was 5.1% the previous month and 4.4% in September 2024. In Carroll County, unemployment declined to 4.2%. It dipped to 4.5% in Columbiana County and to 4.7% in Mahoning County. Portage County's was down to 4.2%. Ohio's figure declined to 4.8%. Unemployment figures were delayed due to the federal government shutdown. Miguel Flowers has been charged with vehicular homicide and other offenses after striking a pedestrian in Canton. Police say the 55-year-old Maslin man hit 52-year-old Eugene Rogers November 28th in the 3500 block of 34th Street Northeast. He was driving a car westbound at the time of the incident. Rogers died from his injuries December 8th. Flowers faces charges including vehicular manslaughter, leaving the scene, and failure to control his vehicle. Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment reported a net loss of $14.3 million for the third quarter of this year, nearly 225% higher than the $4.4 million loss during the same period in 2024. The company, which owns and operates the Hall of Fame Village, also reported growing debt totaling $315.7 million. Revenue for the quarter fell to $5 million, down from $7.5 million a year ago. The company says it will need to raise additional financing as its stock trades around 41 cents per share. Massillon City Council has approved a new ordinance banning camping in public areas. Monday's unanimous vote makes it illegal to sleep or stay long-term on sidewalks, streets, alleys, doorways, or other public property. Individuals will receive a verbal warning and a referral to services before citations are issued, with a 24-hour period to clear the area. Violators face a $50 fine. The measure was proposed by Mayor Jamie Slutz to address public safety while still providing support for people in need. In other business, Josh McClay has been named head of operations for the road department, and Tom Bergasser will take over as administrator of the Civil Service Office. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
The Ohio Department of Development announced more than $10.5 million in state funding to support community growth and business expansion as part of the Regional 166 Direct Loan Program. Atlantic Fish and Distribution will receive $1 million to help renovate a 159,000 square foot industrial warehouse in Greene. The project, estimated to cost more than $12 million, is expected to create 15 new jobs and retain 163 existing positions. Atlantic Fish and Distributing serves the grocery and restaurant industries. A fire involving a vapor tank on a well pad in Malvern prompted a response from the Great Trail Fire District this morning. They were called to the June Road location around 7 a.m. The explosion occurred while EOG Resources was actively fracking and operations were shut down. The blaze was contained to the tank, wellheads were not damaged, and equipment damage was minimal. A man pleads guilty to involuntary manslaughter in a fatal Youngstown shooting. 19-year-old Lindale Wilkins entered his plea today in Mahoning County Common Pleas Court and was sentenced to 6 to 7.5 years in prison, receiving credit for time already served. The charge stems from the June 2024 death of 19-year-old Zarian Dothard on East Judson Avenue. Prosecutors say witnesses heard an argument before the shot was fired. Wilkins was 17 at the time of the shooting and has no prior criminal record. Prosecutors cited changes in self-defense law, making a jury conviction uncertain. Police used tear gas to subdue a man during an overnight standoff at a Days Inn in Niles. Officers had surrounded the hotel on Youngstown Warren Road Monday night after spotting a vehicle connected to an incident in Warren. 63-year-old Mickle Hall of Warren was then turned over to Warren police. He is scheduled for arraignment tomorrow. Hall was booked into the Trumbull County Jail on charges of drug possession, OVI, driving under suspension, and escape. The Highway Patrol is investigating a fatal crash on I-80 in Jackson Township. 29-year-old Michelle Rittenauer was pronounced dead at a hospital after the collision, which took place in the westbound lanes just after 10:30 Monday night. Patrol says Rittenauer's car was disabled in a crash with a semi and was then hit by another vehicle. The other driver was not seriously hurt. Danny McFadden has been sentenced to 138 months in prison with 5 years probation after a Trumbull County jury found him guilty on 11 counts of gross sexual imposition. The 76-year-old will also be required to register as a Tier 2 sex offender. McFadden was accused of sexually assaulting 3 victims, with most charges involving one girl abused over several years, starting at age 5 in 2017. The jury did not reach a verdict on 17 rape charges. We'll return you courtside for the second half of tonight's game, right after the forecast from 3 News meteorologist Mark Johnson. For AM 1310 WDPN News, I'm Jeff Mears.
Good news, a little warm-up is moving our way. Tonight, clouds on the increase, not as cold. Our low, 27 blustery degrees. Wednesday, a mainly cloudy sky, a blustery southerly wind, a high near 40. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or the grandmas.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
Discover something new at Union House and Alliance. Step into our boutique and get screen printing done on the spot, from unisex tees to sweatshirts. Browse our women's boutique clothing and don't miss our hand-poured soy candles and family and pet-safe home cleaners, all made in-house. Visit us at 1686 South Union Avenue, right across from Mount Union Ponds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 5 and Saturday 10 to 3. Stop in and see what's new at Union House.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to the University of Mount Union halftime. The Purple Raiders 59, Baldwin Wallace 32. Mike, you got some first half stats for us? We can go over them.
Absolutely. Starting with the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Let's talk about shooting 62.9% from the floor. And perfect from the charity stripe. Led by, let's start with Kazenheiser and Dunbar, both with 12 for Mount Union. Kevin Moore with 8. Dante Collier with 5. Kevin Hamilton, 7. Caleb Lorich with 2. Sean Vaden with 4. Cam Weekly with 9. For rebounds, Mount Union, 19 total team rebounds. 10 assists, only 3 turnovers, Ryan, 7 steals for Baldwin Wallace. They are led by Miles Reynolds with 8, AJ Postello with 6, Titus Baskerville the 4th with 5. 13 of 34 from the floor, 38%. From three-point land, they are shooting 3 of 15. For 20%. Points off turnovers, Mount Union 15, Baldwin Wallace 4. Points in the paint, Mount Union 20, Baldwin Wallace 18. Fast break points, Mount Union 11, Mount Union 11, Baldwin Wallace 4. Bench points, Mount with 25, Baldwin Wallace 13. Ryan, it was a tale of in that first half. Mount Union seemed to have it clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, some of the things that really jumped out to me was Dante Collier with 3 blocks, Sean Vaden with 2 blocks. You know, they're averaging 7 blocks a game, almost 8 blocks a game. They got 5 of them in that first half. And the other one, you know, we talked about defense leading to offense. The points off of turnovers, 15 for Mount, 4 for Baldwin Wallace. Mount Union, their longest scoring run was 18 in a row. Baldwin Wallace's was 6.
Yeah.
Mount Union's largest lead, and I believe that's close to where we are at now, was 29. I think it was a 27 right now. Baldwin Wallace's biggest lead was 22 seconds into the game.
Yep, and that's been it.
And that was it. Mount Union has led the majority of that first half. They're playing complementary basketball. They're finding the open man. They're not taking really dumb shots either. They're working the ball around until they get an open look. It's just been a textbook half for the Purple Raiders to start off this game. Mount Union, we will be with you again. I've got so many different tabs and stuff open here.
On Saturday.
Yes, Saturday against Ohio Northern, 1 o'clock right here from the Timken Gymnasium in the Mack Center. Sam Berkwin will be back. I will be with him on Saturday at 1 o'clock for the Purple Raiders to take on Ohio Northern. Baldwin Wallace, they are going to be playing Friday at Capitol in Columbus. So another OAC matchup for both of these schools, Mount Union and Baldwin Wallace. Ohio Northern on this young season. Let's see where... Man, there's so many pop-ups all the time.
Yep, you got to click.
A lot of these websites, man, are hard to navigate, too. Like,
ain't that the truth?
Like, just take me to where I want to go.
Yep.
Let's see here. Ohio Northern, they're currently 5-4 on the season. So Purple Raiders getting set. Start the second half action. They're going to be moving from left to right. In the second half, again, Mount Union wearing the white shorts, the white tops, purple trim, purple numbers, and Baldwin Wallace wearing the gold tops and bottoms with the white and black piping and the white numbers as well. 5 on the floor for the Purple Raiders. We've got Kasenheiser, Hamilton, Moore, Collier, and Lorich. For Baldwin Wallace, they're going to bring out Baskerville. What did I call him? I think I called him Bakerville the whole half.
You called him Bakersville, but I can see how you do it. It's tough.
Baskerville for Baldwin Wallace. He's going to have the ball. He's going to move to the left side of the three-point line, then rotate around and reset the offense. Andrew Griffith in for Baldwin Wallace, along with Josh Byers, Brock Beach, and a three-pointer from the corner, and that is Isaac Richardson rounding out the top 5 for Baldwin Wallace. And Richardson hits the 3 to start things off for the Yellow Jackets. Kasenheiser with it for Mount Union, gets it over to Hamilton on the left wing. He will get to the top of the key and kind of reset the offense, directing Collier around, moving to the right. Drops it off to Moore. Moore on the right elbow. Spin, jump, shot, no good. Rebounded by Richardson, the junior from Avon Lake. He gets it over to Baskerville. He's on the right wing. Little hesitation dribble, no look pass to Richardson. Swings it back up on top. That's Griffith. He hands it off to Beach. Beach is going to drive down to the left side, up with the left, and in for 2, 59-37. Mount Union on top. But Baldwin Wallace scoring the first 4 points to start the second half. Hamilton with it, swings it over to Moore. Rotating to the left corner to Collier. Collier drives, cross-court pass to Kasenheiser. He'll drive, stop, pull up, and nail the 15-footer. 61-37, Mount Union. Baskerville with it. He drops it off to Griffith on the right wing. Gets it back to Baskerville. He's guarded by Hamilton. Tries to go baseline. Now skip past into the corner. Three-pointer short off the front of the rim by Richardson. Rebounded by Kasenheiser. Kasenheiser down the right side. Drops it off to Lorich. Lorich, three-pointer from the wing. Too much. Off the right side. No good. Rebounded by Richardson. Baldwin Wallace the other way. And that should have been an offensive foul. Holy cow. Richardson misses the layup anyways. Kasenheiser gets the rebound. What a pass. Unfortunately, Moore was a little behind him, not able to bring it in. Richardson the other way for Baldwin Wallace, and we're going to have an offensive foul on Isaac Richardson as Hamilton stood there. The 5'7" Hamilton knew he was going to take a hit, but stood in there and drew the foul.
He took that hit like a champ, like he was a linebacker for the Purple Raider football team. Great job and great awareness to take that charge.
7:35 left in the game. Kasenheiser with it at the top. Drops it off to Moore. Kevin Moore working off a screen from Lorich. Goes to get double teamed. Is able to stay with it. Double teamed again. Drops it off to Lorich. Coming in, Richardson. And he will draw the foul, or he will foul Caleb Lorich. And that's the second foul on Baldwin Wallace, third on Isaac Richardson.
Miles Reynolds going to check in. Richardson going to check out.
Kevin Moore takes the inbound pass on the right wing, a little behind the back dribble. Nothing there, drops it off to Kasenheiser. Kasenheiser resets on the right wing. Here comes the double team, is able to get past it. What a pass to Lorich underneath. Lorich is going to miss the layup and then not able to pull the rebound in. Rebounded by Miles Reynolds for Baldwin Wallace. B-Dub with the ball. That's Byers on the right wing, and that's going to be almost stolen by Kasenheiser. Byers able to regather himself and gets it to Baskerville. He's on the left wing. Cross-court pass into the far right corner. Three-pointer up off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Lorich. He gets it over to Collier up the left side. Collier to the point. Thought about a three. Then he's going to take it, and he hits it. Three-pointer from Dante Collier. Mount Union leads 64-37.
Great shot. Great look.
That's Griffith with the basketball on the left wing for Baldwin Wallace. He's going to drop it off to Byers. Byers kind of gets in the middle of the paint, has nowhere to go. Kicks it back out into the left side to Beach. Beach drives baseline, pull-up jumper, and he makes that. And it's 64-39 Mount Union, 16 minutes left in the ballgame. Hamilton with it for the Purple Raiders. Eludes the double team. Kasenheiser, deep three, going to be just short off the front of the rim. Fighting for the rebound, and Lorch is going to get hit with the foul. And that's his first foul. We've got a timeout on the court. We're going to take it. 15:50 left in the ballgame. Purple Raiders 64, Baldwin Wallace 39. It's Mount Union basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
Keeping Alliance entertained and informed for over a half a century. AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or to grandma's.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to the MAC. 15:50 left in the ballgame. Purple Raiders on top 64-39. 5 on the floor for Mount Union. Kasenheiser, Lorich, Collier, Hamilton, and more. And the 5 on the floor for Baldwin Wallace. Byers, there's a new guy in the game. Gavin Wagner, the freshman from Calvert and Tiffin. Baskerville, Reynolds. I feel like I'm missing one. Beach, that's the 5 for Baldwin Wallace. Baskerville with it at the top. He's going to drive to the left side of the paint. Nothing there. Kicks it back up on top. Three-pointer on the way, and that's in and good. That was Brock Beach with the three-pointer for Baldwin Wallace. Collier with it down on the other end. He's going to drive, get down into the center of the paint. No good. Rebounded by Wagner. 64-42. Three-pointer on the way, and that's another three. This time, that was Josh Byers with the three. Excuse me, Baskerville with the three, and it's 64-45. Mount Union on top.
Mount right now being outscored 13-5, Ryan, to start this second half.
Kasenheiser with it on the left side. Little pull-up jumper. That's going to be short off the rim. No good. Rebound by Baskerville. He's going to take it up court, swings it up. It's a Beach on the right side. Beach to Wagner. Wagner back to Baskerville. Some substitutions getting set to come in for the Purple Raiders. Pass thrown underneath. They're going to say last touch by Caleb Lorich and out of bounds. Lorich is saying, I didn't even touch the basketball. But you got 4 substitutions coming in for Mount Union. Jared Taylor, Jack Dunbar, Cam Weekley, and Sean Vaden. As who stayed out? Kasenheiser stayed out. With the ball at the top is Byers. He's guarded by Kasenheiser. Little turnaround. It's going to be short. Jared Taylor fighting, getting the rebound. Pass up court to Weekley. Weekley driving, nothing there. Picks it up, and we'll just reset it with Kasenheiser at the point. Working off a screen from Vaden. Cross court pass to Dunbar in the right corner. Dunbar gets to the middle of the paint. Turnaround, fadeaway, short. No good. Rebounded by Wagner for Baldwin Wallace. He hands it off to Baskerville. Titus Baskerville at the point. He's guarded by Jared Taylor. Working off a screen. And that pass is going to be stolen by Dunbar. Great heads-up look. And he cross-court pass to Kasenheiser now on the right-hand side. Chance gets it down low to Vaden. Up, and an easy bucket for the 6'11", Sean Vaden, making it look easy. 66-45 Mount Union.
Well, that freshman looked like a deer in headlights with Vaden. Get ready to dunk it on him.
Baldwin Wallace with the ball in the left corner. Baskerville, he'll drive, little floater, and that's up and in. 66-47. Baskerville with 10. Kasenheiser across the timeline. Over to Weekly in the left corner. No reverse direction and bring it back up to the point. Thought about a deep three and then drops it off to Vaden. Vaden's going to get fouled and throw it up. Will be no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot two as Hamilton gets set to come back into the game for the Purple Raiders.
Foul will be on Gavin Wagner, the freshman, his first.
Kasenheiser getting set to come out of the ball game as Vaden's first attempt is up and in. And some mass subs for Baldwin Wallace as well. Braylon McClarty comes into the ball game along with Dayon Solomon and Andrew Griffith. I think I got everyone.
You did?
Nice. 67-47. Vaden's going to miss the next free throw, rebounded by Baldwin Wallace.
That's Mount's first missed free throw of the ball game.
Reynolds with it on the left corner, swings it back up on top. Baskerville with it. He's going to drive, and he's going to go up, and Vaden's going to get called with the foul. That is his second foul. And that's Mount's second team foul in this second half. 12:45 remaining in the ball game. Mount Union leads 67-47. Baskerville with the free throw, and he knocks it down. Second attempt is in as well, so he hits them both. 67-49.
Baskerville now with 12 points on the night, leading Baldwin Wallace.
Dunbar with it at the point, swings it over on the left side to Hamilton. Hamilton calls for a screen from Vaden. He's able to get around the screen, picks up his dribble, and he's got to reset. Gets it to Vaden just outside the key on the right-hand side. Swings it to Weekly, and he resets the offense. Weekly's going to have that one knocked away, and they're going to call a foul on Weekly or a jump ball here. It looks like it's going to be a foul on Cam Weekly. I believe that's his first foul.
Yeah, Weekly just got caught in no man's land, didn't know what to do. Shot clock winding down. Obviously, he wants that one back.
12-10 remaining in the ball game. Baskerville with it for Baldwin Wallace. He works off of a screen, pulls up a three. It's going to bounce off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Dunbar. Dunbar to Hamilton. Up the left sideline. Working off a screen from Vaden. Deep three from Hamilton off the back of the iron. No good. But rebounded by Taylor. Taylor drops it back off to Hamilton in the corner. Vaden comes out. He's got it. Backs his defender in. Turns, faces the basket. And that's going to be no good. In and out. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. That's Andrew Griffith. He drops it off to Baskerville on the left-hand side. He gets across the middle of the paint, tries to throw a pass into the corner, and that's going to be tipped out of bounds by Dunbar. And I believe we've got another media timeout. And we're media, and we're going to take the timeout as well. 11:35 left in the ballgame. Mount Union 67, Baldwin Wallace 49. It's Purple Raider basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
Get ready to level up at Paradise Sports Performance, our massive new 10,000-square-foot indoor-outdoor facility that's right next to the Akron-Canton Airport. It is built for athletes who want more. Crush your goals with speed, vertical jump training, strength and agility, powerlifting, bodybuilding, hit, and elite baseball, softball, and football skills. Recover with PT, yoga, massage, red light sauna, and cold plunges too. Your first session is free. Plus, long-term signups get a free month. Visit 8046 Frank Avenue Northwest or call 304-224-9103. We are the standard for sports performance in Ohio.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or to grandma's.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 ProLine rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to the Mack Center. Purple Raiders 67, Baldwin Wallace 49. B-Dub with the basketball over on the right-hand side. Drive-in is Baskerville. He's going to kick it out on the left side to Reynolds. Reynolds with the three, no good. And a good job kicking that back out to Hamilton with it now for Mount Union. Hamilton working off of Vaden's screen. Fade pass to Vaden underneath, and he goes up and slams it home with two hands. The big man having himself a day. That gives him 9 on the night, and Mount Union leads 69-49. Baskerville with it on the right wing. He's going to drive to the basket. Nothing there. Kicks it out into the left corner. Now back to Baskerville. He'll drive, and he's got to change his shot because Vaden was there, and that's no good. Rebounded by Dunbar. Dunbar looking to go coast to coast. Gets to the right low block. Little head fake, nothing there. Kicks it out. Cam Weekly, three-pointer. That'll come up short. Fighting for the rebound will be picked up by Braylon McClarty for Baldwin Wallace. He has it on the left-hand side. Behind the back pass as they rotate it around the three-point line over to the right side. That's Solomon with it. And he swings it back to the left. Baldwin Wallace not able to get really any penetration. The Mount Union perimeter defense has been so solid. Three-pointer on the way, and that looked like it might have been partially blocked, but it goes in. Dayon Solomon with the three-pointer, and it's 69-52 Mount Union. Dunbar with it for the Purple Raiders.
Mount Union looking to end a slump here, shooting just 25% to start this second half.
Weekly with it. He's going to have that one knocked away. Baldwin Wallace picks it up going the other way. They get it over to McClarty. McClarty back on top to Reynolds. Reynolds thought about a three. He's got Vaden on him. He's going to try to drive. Gets in there. Vaden with the block. I mean, you've got... Who was that? That was Reynolds.
6 feet versus
6'11".
6'11". Yeah.
So an easy block from Vaden. It goes out of bounds. So the basketball will stay with Baldwin Wallace. 9:31 left in the ball game. Once again, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ryan Keller. This is Mike Voorhees with me. Purple Raider basketball season long on AM 1310 WDPN. Reynolds with it on the left wing. He's going to drive to the basket. Picks up his dribble. Kicks it back up on top. That's Solomon with it. He's going to throw up a three off the right side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Vaden. Vaden gets it to Hamilton. Hamilton brings it up the left sideline. Shouting out the play. It's a little isolation basketball right now on McClarty. Hamilton drives, kicks it out into the corner. Three-pointer, Taylor. That's going to be way deep. No good. Rebounded by McClarty for Baldwin Wallace. He kicks it up on top to Reynolds. Now onto the left wing. Three-pointer up and in by Andrew Griffith. And we're going to have a timeout as Baldwin Wallace has climbed back into this ball game. It's a 14-point lead now for the Purple Raiders. At one time, it was 29.
Yeah, Baldwin Wallace has come out, and they are shooting the lights out to start the second half. Mount Union with a few careless mistakes, a couple turnovers, which we didn't see much of in the first half. Baldwin Wallace taking advantage of those mistakes, and they're hitting their shots, which they didn't do in the first half.
So full timeout here at the Mack Center, 8:48 left. It's Mount Union 69, Baldwin Wallace 55. We're going to take a break. It's Purple Raider basketball on 1310 WDPN.
Discover something new at Union House and Alliance. Step into our boutique and get screen printing done on the spot, from unisex tees to sweatshirts. Browse our women's boutique clothing and don't miss our hand-poured soy candles and family and pet-safe home cleaners, all made in-house. Visit us at 1686 South Union Avenue, right across from Mount Union Ponds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 5 and Saturday 10 to 3. Stop in and see what's new at Union House.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
And we're back at the Mack Center. Mount Union 69, Baldwin Wallace 55, 8:48 remaining in the ball game. It will be Purple Raider basketball. Dante Collier.
Dante, inbound it!
A lot of confusion here. One official,
he was counting the 5 seconds.
And the other official wasn't ready for play yet. So
well, Baldwin Wallace only had 4 players on the floor.
So Collier, Hamilton, Moore, Lorich, and Kasenheiser, the starting 5 back in for the Purple Raiders. Lorich with the basketball at the point. Hands it off to Moore. Moore on the left wing. Gets it to Collier in the left corner. He goes inside to Caleb Lorich. Lorich in the middle of the paint. Up, under, and in for the 2-point basket. Caleb Lorich with 2. Gives him 4 on the night. Mount Union 71, Baldwin Wallace 55. 3-pointer up from B-Dub, no good. Rebound. They kick it back up on top. Looking for another 3 on the right wing. That is in. That was Braylon McClarty, the sophomore from Cuyahoga Heights, hitting the 3-pointer, and it's 71-58 Mount Union. 8:08 left. A lot of basketball still to play here at the Mack Center.
Now Mount Union will look to turn it on offensively and turn it on defensively to try to seal this one and close the door.
Hamilton swings it over to Collier at the point. Now to Kasenheiser on the left wing. He'll rotate back into the middle of the paint, swings it over to the right-hand side. Kevin Moore, 3-pointer, no good. And we're going to have a foul on Baldwin Wallace. Miles Reynolds on the rebound, kind of got up and underneath on Collier when he jumped up for the rebound. And a media timeout. And we're going to step away. 7:54 left in the ball game. Purple Raiders 71, Baldwin Wallace 58. It's Purple Raider basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or to grandma's.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 Pro-Line rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
Get ready to level up at Paradise Sports Performance, our massive new 10,000 square foot indoor-outdoor facility that's right next to the Akron-Canton Airport. It is built for athletes who want more. Crush your goals with speed, vertical jump training, strength and agility, powerlifting, bodybuilding, hit and elite baseball, softball and football skills. Recover with PT, yoga, massage, red light sauna, and cold plunges too. Your first session is free. Plus, long-term signups get a free month. Visit 8046 Frank Avenue Northwest or call 304-224-9103. We are the standard for sports performance in Ohio.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
Mount Union leads 71-58. I'm Ryan Keller. This is Mike Voorhees. Purple Raiders with the basketball. Kevin Hamilton now at the point. He works off the screen and now a double team. He's able to find Lorich underneath, and Lorich puts it up and gets fouled. Bucket good. What a look from Kevin Hamilton to find Caleb Lorich in the paint. And Lorich able to put it up and in while drawing the foul. He'll go to the line for the and one.
Dayon Solomon took the foul.
Lorich misses the free throw. It's 73-58. Mount Union, 7:25 left in the ball game. Reynolds with it for the Yellow Jackets. He swings it over onto the left-hand side. Now back to Reynolds at the point. He's working on Lorich, trying to get to the basket. Great defense from Caleb Lorich, forcing the wild shot and bringing down the rebound. He gets to Kasenheiser. Kasenheiser takes some contact, but it's going to get hit with a travel. And another turnover.
Yeah, not what you wanted to do there. He just got caught up in traffic.
15-point lead for the Purple Raiders, just under 7 minutes left in the ball game. Baldwin Wallace has the basketball on the left-hand side. That's Josh Byers. Byers is going to take a three, and that's going to be no good. Rebounded by Kevin Hamilton for Mount Union. He brings it up the right sideline, slows things down once he crosses the timeline. Hamilton directing traffic. Lorich trying to come up and make a screen. And he gets up there, swings it over to Kasenheiser at the point. Lob pass underneath to Lorich. Lorich is going to lose possession of it, and they'll go out of bounds. Another turnover from Mount Union. Let's see, how many turnovers is that in the second half for the Purple Raiders?
Let's take a peek here. I have 6 on Mount Union, 6 turnovers.
They've got 8.
Yep.
8 turnovers by the Purple Raiders. And we got a foul on Hamilton. It's going to be team foul number 5. Kind of lost track of the team fouls on here. There we go. So Baldwin Wallace throws it in to Baskerville. He's at the point, swings it over into the left side to McClarty. McClarty trying to go down low. He gets it down there, and they bring it back up on top to Baskerville. He'll drive, kick out into the right wing, driving to the basket, getting to the key, throwing it up. Getting fouled was Brock Beach, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's 6 fouls on the Purple Raiders, and that was on Kevin Moore.
Yep, that's his first. Team's 5th.
So Brock Beach, the freshman from Medina, he goes to the line to shoot 2, and he makes the first. 14-point lead for the Purple Raiders. 1 point is 29.
Yeah, Baldwin Wallace came out in the second half, and they have turned up their intensity a little bit, knocking down some open shots.
So Beach hits it 73-60. Purple Raiders on top. Hamilton with it, taking direction from Coach Feuerlein. He moves to the left side, now back to the right. Gets to the point, drives, stops, kicks it out. Collier, 3, and Dante Collier hits the big 3, and the Purple Raiders back up 16, 76-60. With it for Baldwin Wallace, Baskerville. He's going to throw it underneath to Griffith. Griffith trying to get it out into the corner. That's going to be turned over. Collier comes up with it and brings it up the left side, drops it off to Kevin Hamilton. Hamilton on the left sideline, just kind of pulling it out, killing some time. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Splits 2 defenders and is going to draw the foul. Great heads up from Kevin Hamilton. He's been going around that double team, and this time he decided to split it, and in doing so, drew the foul. 16 fouls on Baldwin Wallace.
Yeah, the foul's going to be called on Titus Baskerville. That's only his first. But now 16 fouls for Baldwin Wallace.
Hamilton with the basketball at the point. He's working on Baskerville. Here comes the screen from Lorich. And try to dump it underneath. That play is going to be tipped, and another turnover from Mount Union. That's 9.5. Hamilton setting up to take the charge, and they're going to call a block, and I believe the basket was good.
That is correct.
So going to the line is Braylon McClarty after drawing the foul and making the basket. And that foul was on Hamilton. That's 7 fouls now on the Purple Raiders in the second half. McClarty misses the free throw. Hamilton comes up with the rebound. He drops it off to Kasenheiser. 4:30 left in the ball game. Raiders 76. Baldwin Wallace 62. Kasenheiser on the right wing, working off a screen from Lorich. They swing it around. 3-pointer, that's going to be no good. And a foul on the floor from Andrew Griffith on the missed shot. And I think Caleb Lorich is going to go to the line to shoot 1-1.
That's Griffith's 3rd foul of the night.
So Mount Union now in the bonus. So from here on out, they will shoot free throws on every foul from Baldwin Wallace. As Lorich misses the first free throw off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. That's Griffith with it now, and he drops it off to Beach. Beach swings it around and comes back down underneath to Griffith. He's on the right low block, battling Collier. A little jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Caleb Lorich. Hamilton brings it across half court. Feuerlein tells him to slow it down, slow it down. 3:50 left in the ball game. Purple Raiders 76, Baldwin Wallace 62. Kaisenheiser with it on the right wing. Great pass to Lorich underneath. Lorich cross court to Hamilton. Hamilton runs into a defender who just falls. There was no foul, and Hamilton with the easiest basket he's had all night, 78-62 Mount Union.
Yeah, the defender is wondering what he had to do to get the call there.
Baskerville on the left wing. He's going to drive, getting in the middle of the paint. Little drop pass to a runner on the baseline. That is going to be McClarty, and he will miss the basket but draw the foul from Caleb Lorich. And that is going to draw 2 free throws as both teams are now also in the bonus. And we got a timeout on the court, and we're going to take it as well. 3:21 remaining in the ball game. Purple Raiders 78, Baldwin Wallace 62. It's Mount Union basketball on AM 1310 WDPN.
SARTA me to shop, work, activities, the park, the doctors, or to grandma's.
SARTA riders count on us to go so many places, enjoy so many things, and visit so many friends and family members. Nearly 1.5 million riders on 27 fixed routes and nearly 100,000 Pro-Line rides for a total of 4 million miles.
Every ride tells a story, and every rider counts. Where to? SARTAme.com.
Discover something new at Union House and Alliance. Step into our boutique and get screen printing done on the spot, from unisex tees to sweatshirts. Browse our women's boutique clothing and don't miss our hand-poured soy candles and family and pet-safe home cleaners, all made in-house. Visit us at 1686 South Union Avenue, right across from Mount Union Ponds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 5 and Saturday 10 to 3. Stop in and see what's new at Union House.
You're listening to Mount Union Basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
And back here at the Mack Center, 3:21 remaining in the ball game. Mount Union 78, Baldwin Wallace 63 now as McClarty hits his first free throw for the Yellow Jackets. Second free throw is good as well. So 78-64. Hamilton with the basketball for Mount. Brings it across the timeline on the right side. He gets to the right wing and then resets and pulls it back out. Working off the screen from Lorich. She's going to drive, penetrate, kick over into the corner. Kaisenheiser with the three. Chance Kaisenheiser. Three-pointer from the corner to 81-64 Mount Union.
17 now for Case.
Driving for Baldwin Wallace is Byers. He gets right underneath the basket. That's no good. Picked up the rebound by Lorich, and he gets it over to Hamilton as Hamilton walks it up court. Now setting up over on the left wing is Kevin Hamilton. Kaisenheiser coming up on top. They kick it back to him right at the point. He's going to pull it out and reset, working off the screen from Collier on the right. Little spin move at the paint, uses the body off the glass and in. Kaisenheiser with 19 leading all scorers for the Purple Raiders tonight. Backdoor cut and going up and missing the basket was Josh Byers, but he draws the foul on Kevin Moore.
It's going to be Kevin Moore's second foul of the night.
So Josh Byers, the freshman from Strongsville, will go to the line to shoot two with 2:14 remaining in the ball game. Mount Union 83, Baldwin Wallace 64. Make it 65 as he makes the first free throw. Second attempt, off the rim and in. 83-66 Mount Union. Here comes the full court press from Baldwin Wallace. Hamilton draws the foul in the backcourt and will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
Byers having a conversation with the ref saying, I didn't do it. I didn't hit him.
Of course not.
And the ref's like, yes, you did, son. I saw it.
So Hamilton at the line, and he hits the first one. And coming in for Baldwin Wallace, Andrew Griffith, the junior from Hoban.
He replaces the freshman Gavin Wagner from Tiffin.
And Hamilton hits them both, 85-66. Mount Union, that gives Hamilton 11 on the night. Baskerville with the basketball. He's on the left wing. Now he's going to drive down the left side, and Lorch almost got a piece of it, but Baskerville able to squeeze underneath and get the two-point basket. Hamilton brings it all the way up court, eluding the press. Boy, is he fun to watch, dribbling the basketball, driving down to the paint, throwing up a layup. That's going to be no good. Rebounded by, that was a travel. There we go. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. They throw it over to Baskerville, and he kind of got caught doing a hesitation but forgot the dribble. So a turnover for Baldwin Wallace gives the ball back to the Purple Raiders.
Well, let's see if Mount Union can shut it down here.
So Kasenheiser with it in the backcourt, gets it to Lorich, and they immediately foul him. Griffith with the foul in the backcourt, and Lorich will go to the line to shoot 1-1.
That's Griffith's fourth foul on the evening. Caleb missed his last free throw attempt. Ryan, let's see if he can make one.
So Lorich with the 1-1. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. That was McClarty. He gets it up court, driving down to the baseline. Nothing there. Swings it over on the left side. Three-pointer on the way. That's going to be way short as Hamilton takes an elbow to the face. Now he's going to go, and he'll shoot two. Now that Baldwin Wallace is in the double bonus.
That's foul on Josh Byers, his third.
So Hamilton looking to add to his 11-point night so far. He's going to go to the line. He'll have two free throws with 1:27 left in the ballgame. And his first free throw is good. 86-68 Mount Union. And the second attempt from Kevin Hamilton is in as well. Substitution for Baldwin Wallace as they start to clear some of their players off the bench. Dylan Barchak comes into the ball game. Gavin Wagner into the game. Avery Young. And Mount Union doing the same thing. Substitutions for the Purple Raiders. Carson Banks into the ball game. Landon Lear. Darius Rodriguez from Alliance. Chris Knight from Massillon, Washington. Landon Lear was from West Geauga. Anthony Bruce from Lutheran East is in the ball game. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who did I miss? Carson Banks from Revere. There we go.
Yep, you got it.
So the 5 on the floor for the Purple Raiders.
And I think you forgot Nick Timberlake for Baldwin Wallace.
There we go. So three-pointer on the way, and that's going to be short, no good. Fighting for the rebounds as they continue to battle. And Young is going to come up with it. Or excuse me, Chris Knight is going to come up with it as Mount Union sets up their offense. Pull-up jumper on the way, off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Landon Lear. Lear backing his man in and maybe a travel. Yeah, he moved his pivot foot. So a turnover for the Purple Raiders. Just under a minute left in the ball game. Mount Union leads 87-68. Who should we try to get on for our post-game interview?
I think Chance would be good. I think Vaden would be good. Collier would be good. Got a lot of options tonight. A lot of guys had some good nights.
Three-pointer on the way from Baldwin Wallace. No good. Knight with another rebound. He'll drive, lay up, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Baldwin Wallace. That is Blaze Myers. I missed him. Blaze Myers.
I missed him too.
With the rebound. We got a foul. That was on
Carson Banks.
There you go.
His first.
It's so hard when you're used to, like, I have to actively look at my roster now. The free throw from Wagner is no good. Yeah, you know, I know these guys enough to where I don't have to look at a roster. And then they bring in guys you don't see a lot, and you're like, oh, hold on, I got to look down at my roster. Rebounded by the Purple Raiders. That's Rodriguez with the bound. He gets it up tonight. Knight's just going to pull it out.
Shot
Anthony
clock is
Bruce
off.
with the basketball as the Purple Raiders hold. And 10 seconds left. So they just dribble around right now. And that is going to be the ball game. 87-68. Purple Raiders winners here tonight. We'll see if we can't get Chance Kasenheiser to join us here tonight. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with the post game. It's Mount Union basketball on 1310 WDPN.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
High school basketball is on AM 1310 WDPN all season long. Brought to you by SARTA. I'm Christian Bigglesworth, calling boys and girls action from around the Eastern Buckeye Conference, the Alliance Aviators, the Marlington Dukes, and the West Branch Warriors. And this year, listen live and free on the AM 1310 WDPN Facebook and X pages and the Q92 YouTube channel. High school basketball, powered by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
You're listening to Mount Union basketball presented by SARTA on AM 1310 WDPN.
And welcome back to the Mack Center. Purple Raiders winners tonight as they improve to 10-0 on the season as they beat Baldwin Wallace 87-68. Hopefully we'll be joined here shortly by Chance Kasenheiser. Until he gets here, Mike, you want to go over some stats for tonight?
Absolutely. Tonight, the Mount Union Purple Raiders led by Chance Kasenheiser. He had 19. Kevin Hamilton, 13. Jack Dunbar, 12. And Dante Collier with 11. Caleb Lorick, 9 rebounds. Let's see, 3 blocks for Dante Collier to go with 3 rebounds. Where is Sean? Vaden, 9 points. 4 rebounds. For Baldwin Wallace, led by Titus Baskerville IV with 14. Brock Beach with 13. 9 for Braylon McClarty. 8 for Miles Reynolds, and a bunch with 6. A.J. Prestello, Josh Byers, and Dayon Solomon. Turnovers. 8 for points from turnovers. 8 for Baldwin Wallace, 17 for Mount Union. In the paint, Mount Union 32, Baldwin Wallace 28. Second chance points, 7 for Baldwin Wallace, 4 for Mount Union. 15 fast break points for Mount Union, 12 for Baldwin Wallace. The bench tonight for Mount Union, 30 points. For Baldwin Wallace, 26. Ryan, it was a tale of 2 halves. Mount led at the end of one, 59-32, and then Baldwin Wallace wins that second 36-28. Tonight, Mount Union finishes the game shooting 52.5%, 50% from three-point line, and 71 from the foul line. For Baldwin Wallace, 38.7% from the floor, 29% from three, and 64.7 points from the foul line. This was a fun one.
Yeah, it's important to end your half and end the first half strong and start the second half strong. Now, Mount did the first part. They ended that first half strong. Second half might have struggled a little bit to get things going, but when you go into halftime and you're up basically 30, it's kind of hard to come out with that killer mentality to put your foot down and to just plow through. Mount Union, again, 71% from the free throw line. It's an area that they struggled in last year. It's good to see them improving on that. Let's see, we talked about blocks, right?
Yeah, it was six
blocks for the Purple Raiders. They had 5 of them in the first half, so might have gotten a little foul trouble, might not have been as aggressive in the second half. But I imagine Coach Fuline's going to go back there, and he's going to be like, listen, guys, we need to come out and just dominate the second half the way that we ended that first half. But Purple Raiders winner here tonight by a score of 87-68. We will be back here on Saturday.
1 o'clock against Ohio Northern.
Yes, against Ohio Northern. As I said, Mount Union improves. They started the season unranked in the Division III top 25, and yet have played flawless basketball up to this point. 10-0, currently the number 9 team in the country. And if you want to circle a game on your calendar, December 30th at 3 p.m. right here from the Timken Gymnasium in the Mack Center. They will be facing off with Calvin. I believe Calvin is the number 8 seed in number 8 ranked team in Division III basketball. That'll be a good one.
Might have to make my way across the way from the radio station down here at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday to catch that ball game.
That's all part of the M Club Classic. There we go. They'll be playing Monday and Tuesday. Calvin will be facing off against Wilmington on the 29th, and Mount Aloysius will be facing Mount Union on the 29th, and then Mount Aloysius will play Wilmington. Calvin will play Mount Union on that Tuesday. Waiting for Chance Kasenheiser to come out here. Yeah, he said he'd be out. So they're currently in the locker room. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the guys who stepped up. Again, no Elijah Farrington tonight. Farrington's coming into this season as a focal point of both offense and defense down on that low block. And it's such a weapon when you can put Farrington down there with Lorich, or the Farrington and Sean Vaden combination down there is just so hard to cover. And we talk about balance, Mike, with this team, is they can play big. They can put in Vaden, Lorich, and Farrington, or they can play small and, just run a smaller lineup and pull out Vaden and Lorich and just have Farrington down there. It gives them so many more options.
It does. And I think tonight, I got to see Kevin Hamilton leading this offense from that point guard position. He's awesome to watch, both offensively, defensively. He is intense as they come. But like we talked about in the pregame, Ryan, this Mount Union team is deep. When you can have Jack Dunbar come off the bench and give you 12 points, he was shooting the lights out in the first half. Not as much in the second half, but that's okay. You're going to have that. But when Mount's bench can score 30 points, your starters only had to score 57 points, that's really good.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Dante Collier tonight, too. He normally comes off the bench. Starting tonight, had 11 points, 2 assists, and 3 blocks, 2 steals. A really good night for him. And we got Chance Kasenheiser going to join us here. What's up, my man?
How are you doing?
Good. How are you tonight?
I'm good.
Yeah, better now, right?
Yeah.
Chance Kasenheiser joining us. Chance, a great game. You guys kind of a little bit of a slow start there in that first half, but about halfway through that first half, it looked like something snapped defensively. You guys were all over the place. The energy picked up, and that's when you really started to make your run. What led to that?
Yeah, it was kind of we knew no one was going to be here. We're on break. No one's here. Everyone's at home, and we had to bring the energy as a team. We knew the gym, there wasn't going to be a lot of people here, so we had to bring that. And Field Line told us that. I feel like we still have a lot of room to grow as a team. We wanted everyone to get in today and get those minutes because they deserve it just as much as we do. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to do that, but unfortunately, we tried our hardest and
hey, they got a little bit of time at the end. I said I have to look down at my roster. I'm so used to saying the guys that we see every week that when they all came in, I'm like, okay, who's that? Yeah. But a great game tonight. You ended up with 19 points, 4 assists, only 2 turnovers, the steal. All around a good game. You shot well, 3 of 5 from the 3-point line as well. Coming into this season, you guys weren't ranked in the top 25 at all.
Yeah.
Did you look at that? Did you see that?
Yeah. I looked at that all the time because it was fuel to the fire,
Yeah.
And we all had to talk. Kevin Moore, number 2, I look up to him a lot, and we talked about it all the time. We were like, we're going to come in, start of the game, we're away. We're going to tell everyone, Mount Union's here.
Yeah.
Just like that banner right there, we want that. We're chasing that. We're coming for it.
And you guys worked your way up into this week, sitting at the number 9 spot. Mm-hmm. And coming off of the win you guys had against Muskingum, close game, did you kind of feel there might have been a little letdown into tonight's game? A lot of times that's your first true test of the season where you guys battled till the very end. Was it hard to try to get up for this game?
No, it really was. We had some thoughts where it was we wanted to take that win. But we came out with a big win against Muskie. They're a good team, and then we come here and we know we still have to handle business. It's another OAC game, another very good team that we're playing. So we have to come ready to play every team, every game.
And I think you guys have built that reputation up in the OAC that you're the team to go after. JC took their ball and went home. Mm-hmm. Marietta has been down a couple years, and Mount Union has found their way to be right at the top. And you have to know coming into every game, especially the OAC, that you guys got a bullseye on your back.
Yeah.
You got a big test again coming up against Ohio Northern on Saturday. I imagine it's maybe going to be a same little thing where fans aren't here trying to get yourself up for that game.
Yeah, and that just comes from us as a team. We're young. We have 3 seniors, but we're young, and we need the bench's support. We need the fans that do come here, their support. So it's big just to see a couple people in here. We're going to have to get up. It's another OAC game.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to fight just like we always do.
And that's another thing. You mentioned the seniors. You guys are young, but you're only young in grade, not young with experience. Mm-hmm. You saw, you started last year as a freshman and coming in and bringing a lot of that with you. Elijah's seen a lot of playing time. Kevin Moore has seen a lot of playing time. Last year, Jarrett Taylor. Yeah. And, you did this tonight without Elijah as well. It just goes to show the depth of your bench, and later in the season, subbing 5 in and 5 out and getting you guys a rest and knowing that, hey,
they can handle business
they
too.
got it. They got it. So, well, great win tonight again. Chance Kasenheiser, our guest, 19 points tonight, and the Purple Raiders go to 10-0 on the season, and we will be back here on Saturday when they take on Ohio Northern. Chance, great game tonight, buddy. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Love it, man. Thanks so much. Chance Kasenheiser joining us here, and what a great young man, and fantastic to talk to, and even better on the court. And I don't know, even better to talk to than he is on the court. Good young man, and what a game for the Purple Raiders.
Absolutely, a fun one. My first one, hopefully not the last. Had a blast with you, Mr. Keller.
Yes,
it was a good one.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, sir.
And we'll be back Saturday afternoon. Tip-off at 1 o'clock. Pregame probably about 12:50-ish on AM 1310 WDPN. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We appreciate everything you guys do. SARTA, hold on, here we go. Paradise Sports, Union House, and Robertson Kitchen and Bath. We appreciate it, helping us bring you Mount Union Purple Raider basketball. That's going to be it for us tonight. Once again, Purple Raiders, a winner, 87-68 over Baldwin Wallace. They improved to 10-0 on the season. Thank you to my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees. Thank you to Ryan Rainsberg back at the station, and thank you to all of you who are listening to Purple Raider Basketball on AM 1310 WDPN. Stay safe, be kind, hug your loved ones. We'll see you Saturday for Mount Union Basketball on AM 1310 WDPN. Good night, everybody.